Hey there, this is Adam Jones from BoatLife powered by Suzuki. Today I am down here at Southampton Dry Stack at the base of Ideal Boats. You may remember that we went to their new showroom, which we're going to pop into today, but I'm stood next to this Saxdor 320 GTC, and today we are going to take it on a bit of a navigation out of the mouth of the Itchen into Southampton water, blast across the Solent, over to Cowes to grab a coffee, to have a little chat about some of the technology on this boat. It's going to be brilliant. We've got Tom from Ideal Boats with us today, so we're going to go have a bit of an adventure. This boat is powered by two Mercury Verado 300 horsepower engines, so we've got 600 horses pushing us along. The whole Watercraft creative team are excited to see what this is going to be about, so let's get out on the water and have a little look at this Saxdor 320 GTC. Right, we're about to leave to head off to Cowes. We'll probably make a stop in the handle to look at the Ideal Boat showroom that is about to open there. We probably won't go in, we'll probably just have a float in the mouth of the handle. As you can see, we've come off on the joystick. Tom is at the helm at the moment. He's got this on a kind of spot lock, anchor lock on the joystick control. This thing really is kitted up to the nines. We're going to get the guys on board and we're going to head out and have a little look at what this 320 GTC can do. Come with us. Right, so we're at the helm position of this 320 GTC. I've got Tom from Ideal Boats who is talking me through some of the technology on this boat. One of the things that we're having a play with now is the Mercury joystick system. As you can see, all I'm doing at the moment is just bumping us away from this wall here. We've got a little bit of current and a little bit of wind, and this is amazing. So just talk us through a few of the functionality pieces of this joystick system. What can you achieve with it?
So obviously it can give you better handling away from the pontoon, particularly for novices who are a bit cautious of their first time with controls. You can twist it on the spot.
So would you be comfortable to just twist it this close? Yeah,
absolutely fine.
So just full twist to left,
clockwise, and we will spin.
I'll go
or anti-clockwise. Sorry.
What I find amazing about it is there's only a few things that you can do with it where it looks like the engines are actually doing anything. It's just all just forward and backward control on the engine, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's only when you go sideways when the engines will tow out.
Yeah. The other thing that I think is really interesting with it, we were talking about bow thrusters. I'm just going to move forward a touch.
And then we can go forwards as you are there, pushing both engines forward.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to crash two Mercuries into the wall. So I think the really interesting thing with this is that obviously this has a bow thruster.
Yes.
But the amount of control that you get of the bow using two engines at the back,
very rarely you need it.
It's really impressive. One of the things that I mean I've heard about them, but to be honest, it's just not something I've had a chance to look at before. This Skyhook technology that's on here.
It's a digital anchor.
Right. So GPS anchor.
Yeah.
And you're saying within
a radius of sort of 5-10 meters, approximately.
It's very cool, and it will hold you against tide, current, keep you in position.
To an extent, yeah. Obviously, if it's a high tide, you can then increase your revs.
Right. Okay.
To counteract that. Which will give you a bit more better handling.
So like I said, I think for me, something that's really cool with this, and we'll go out and play a little bit more, is the control of the bow.
Yeah.
You know, the way that you can bring that in sideways just using the joystick. It's nice to have those bow thrusters on there,
but again, you don't need it.
Yeah, quite incredible. Cool. Right, let's get out there and go and grab a coffee in Cowes.
Let's go and play.
Yeah, let's do it. Right, so Tom has very kindly given me the helm position of this Saxdor 320 GTC. We're just coming out of the mouth of the River Itchen. We're just following the Ocean Scene ferry as we're pootling out towards the bridge. And one of the things that strikes me instantly about this boat is Tom said that the customer that's about to take this boat is pretty new to boating. And I thought that when he first said it, I thought that's crazy. This is a lot of boat. But the technology inside this boat makes it so easy to control. Firstly, I mean, we've just discussed it, but the joystick control from Mercury really is very intuitive and very easy to control. So once you're going, certainly coming out of port like this as we're coming out of the river, you can pop it onto the joystick and just move the bow of the boat by 10-degree increments or 1-degree increments, and have everything just ticking along in the background. You don't even need to be using the steering wheel, just bouncing that joystick from left and right to get you out of wherever it is that you're going. You can obviously plot a track and have the boat follow the GPS. The other thing that I think is really nice, and I know that this is probably obvious for people that have got dual engine boats, but I'm very used to running a single engine myself, and you can actually turn this throttle control into a single throttle to control both engines, which again, from an ease of use standpoint, if you're using a single engine boat and you're stepping up, which is the way that I would see it, into a dual engine configuration, Mercury have made it very easy. I know there's some other brands that do it as well, just to keep it as simple as possible so that you can just enjoy being on the water in your boat. So I'm really loving everything about this. You've got the dual Simrad flush mounted screens on the front there with your engine data on the left hand side. We're running the air, what am I looking for? Radar is the word I'm looking for. We're running the radar, which is really nice to run during the day as well, so you can see on the screen that we've got the channel of the river that we're running in at the moment. We've got some things on our left hand side which are showing up really clearly on the radar. If you were running in any fog or low visibility, this is super clear, and again, from an ease of use standpoint, you're not going to be panicking whilst at the helm position of this 320 GTC. It really is very cool. So we're almost out of the slow bit. Hopefully Tom's going to let me drop the hammer in a bit so we can have a little look at what this power pack is like on the back of this boat. Tom said he's had it up to 50-ish knots. I'm really excited to see what it's like, so come with us.
We're obviously past the magic line.
Yeah.
So then we've got our speed restrictions reduced. So what we do is we just take it up slowly up to plane speed.
Yeah.
Let the tabs level us out, which are automatic.
Yeah.
That we set, and then
go from there.
Go from there.
So, in terms of, there's a couple of things that I've not used before. So we've got active trim.
Active trim. Yeah.
On here. So don't need to think about anything in terms of trim.
Don't have to worry about trimming the engines. It will do it all itself. It will work out our speed and what's going on, and we'll bring those engines up to suit.
Okay, fab. So we're almost at the magic buoy. Can't pretend that I'm not excited about this. So we'll take her up through the revs and have a little look. Here we go.
And what you'll find, you'll start noticing the tabs will start leveling us out.
Kicking in,
once it works in southbound. It's just coming over.
To be honest, there's not a huge amount of list on it at all, is there? It's got a rib having a play in front of us.
We've got a grab bag there as well at the back, so we've got quite a bit of weight kicking over. And this is roughly our cruising speed on the boat, 26, 27 knots.
Yeah.
And the fuel economy is happy at that speed on the V8s we've got.
Yeah, absolutely. So smooth, isn't it? And I mean, it's, hopefully you'll pick it up on camera, but so quiet in here. Yeah. You can easily have a quiet conversation.
Exactly, and we can still turn around to our friends in the back or the family, and we can still chat to them as we're going along. So it's a very well insulated cockpit. Yeah,
it really is. So we're currently doing 28.1, just cleared a rib. I'm just going to place her down a little bit more if that's all right, Tom.
We're all clear, so yeah, feel free.
Let's have a go.
Get a nice kick in the back from the V8.
Yeah, that is instantaneous, isn't it? So we're now into the 40s, 43. It's it's just effortless, isn't it?
Yeah, and now with the cutting bow and the twin steps, our tabs are now out of the water now completely.
Yeah.
And we're literally relying on the design of the boat underneath and the chines.
Yeah. So slippy, that hull, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's quite difficult to describe the feeling of it, actually. I've spent quite a lot of time on other boats that are similar to this, but it feels wonderfully light in a good way.
Yeah.
Really controlled. I mean, that's 47 knots straight into the wind. Just going to back her off a touch. Try and.
So we've got 4 big guys on board, half a tank of fuel, so we've got quite a bit of weight on.
Yeah, yeah. Because exactly. Like you said, we're almost fully loaded,
yeah,
really.
Pretty much.
And I think it's it's a great kind of test of the boat.
And what you'll find as well, when we come back to cruise speed, it feels like we're not actually moving.
Yeah. I'm just edging her back down now, so we're now coming into the kind of mid-30s. So in terms of the whole design of these boats, for people that aren't used to this sort of design, just talk me through kind of what this boat is doing that's different.
So we've got what we call a cutting edge bow.
Yeah.
So it's you've got a fine entry point at the front.
Yeah.
We've also got twin steps, which what that does, as we're covering ground, it brings air in underneath the boat.
Yeah.
And it gets us up onto the plane quicker.
Right, okay.
Then with all the chines that are underneath, they help keep the boat straight.
Yeah.
What you'll find, which I shouldn't advise you to do, is if you let go of the wheel at speed, the boat will track in a straight line.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you'll find most conventional boats, you will be turning against the wheel to keep them straight.
Yeah.
Then when you come into rough weather or rough water, you head straight on into the waves, rather than going across them, which you would in another boat.
Yeah.
And the bow will just cut through.
Just slice through them, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think talking about the, obviously I won't take my hand off the steering wheel, but when I describe it as feeling light, I guess that's what I'm feeling. It feels like I'm not fighting anything at all.
There's very little resistance.
Yeah. It's very, very comfortable to drive. So we're coming up past the handles. You've got is it an oil or gas refinery?
Yeah, that's Fawley Refinery.
Yeah. So we're coming past the refinery now as we're coming to the mouth of Southampton Water, and on the left-hand side is obviously the entrance to the handle.
It is.
And you've got a new showroom.
We have, yeah. We're opening soon. We're just getting the final touches, finishing off.
Fab.
We've got a selection of jet skis in there. Selection of Saxdors there on site, indoors and outdoors.
Yeah.
It's a great when it's a cold day or a murky day.
Yeah.
You still want to see boats.
Yeah.
You can come inside and come and have a look, grab a coffee. And then, we've got fin masters, Saxdors, got some chaparrals turning up soon.
Cool.
And some Robalos, and obviously we've got some AMP amphibious rigs there as well, which are a bit different. So we've got a selection for everybody. So hopefully there's something there that will suit somebody.
Well, we were there the other week. If you haven't seen it, go and check out the social media post that we did. We'll probably pull into the mouth of the handle on the way back, but it's a fantastic showroom. It's going to be very exciting to get it open.
Yeah, definitely can't wait. It's been a long process. But yeah, we're just getting the final bits fine-tuned, all the little fixtures and features that are going to go in there, just to give it something a little bit different on the south coast, which others haven't got. So
yeah, absolutely. It's a great location. It's Hamble Point Marina, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're literally 5 minutes from open water. But yeah, it'll be special.
Yeah,
so
we're literally a stone's throw away from it now. It's just to our left. So we are going to plough on through here. We're going to come into the Solent proper in a minute and bounce over to Cowes and see if we can find a coffee. But thanks for talking me through this.
Pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
You really need to come and have a look at one of these Saxdor boats if you get a chance. Like I said, the way this hull is working is fantastic. It's you can kind of fall into the trap, and I certainly have fallen into the trap of thinking lots of these boats are the same.
Yeah.
That's why you have to come and look at a showroom and get on the water,
exactly,
isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Come and have a look. They're totally different.
Yeah, it's epic. Right, let's go. Right, so we've just arrived at Cowes. Typically we've got the Redjet ferry right behind us, but Tom's just going to talk me through docking procedure using this Mercury joystick control here.
Yeah. So there we go, we can now head in onto the council pontoon now. So we've got the wind blowing us off a bit, so that might cause docking in against it a little bit harder, but we can see what we're going to do first, and then if we need to increase the revs, we can.
So if I just bring the nose round as I would.
That's it, yeah.
Like that, and then get us moving forward on her.
And then you can push forwards and that'll transition us that way.
So this really is very easy manoeuvring a big boat like this. I'm still struggling to take my hand off the steering wheel, which is obviously a bit of a habit.
Again, we can obviously pick our berth where we want to go.
So now as I'm floating here, I've got a bit of time with no wind coming off that.
Exactly.
So now I'll just take the bow to port slightly.
Yeah. Which you can
just
do
with
by
a
rotating it.
twist of the handle.
And we can get us parallel to roughly where we want to go, and if we're going to pick that pontoon, then
hop on there.
We'll
so
look.
I would, again, same as I would on a normal boat, just knock her into reverse to touch to slow her down.
Yeah.
And then
literally we will go across.
Just move it to the right. So we've got bow thruster as well,
which is switched off as well at the minute.
But I don't need it. Yeah, and that's, you know, in my head I thought we would need it, but we've got full control of the bow of the boat.
So yeah, just do little knocks across,
and just exactly like you would with
we slowly coming across.
Comfortable with that?
That's it. Keep on going, and we can.
And so all I'm doing now, just edging it to the side, and we're going to float into position. So let's pop outside, get her tied on, but it really is. I'm just going to hold her off, look, just so that we're not on the edge, because we haven't got our fenders yet. That is so easy.
But
it
we're
really
there.
is. We really are there.
We're there.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Easy.
Quite amazing. So again, if you haven't had a look at one of these systems, it's really worth looking at it. Takes a lot of the hassle out of coming. I mean, I cannot believe how easy that was.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Right, let's tie up and go grab a coffee, and we'll talk about this when we get back in the boat. See you in a bit. Right, so we are about to head away from Cowes. We've got our coffees, we've just had some lunch. We're about to jump back on this Saxdor 320 GTC and head back across Southampton water to the Ideal Boat showroom in the Itchen. There are so many features about this boat. It's been brilliant to get behind the helm position. I've really enjoyed having a go on this boat. There's so many little features, like the way the windlass pops out of the front, the comfort when you're driving it, the joystick, the Mercury joystick control, Simrad, radar. This thing really is an awesome piece of kit. So I'm really looking forward to the next half an hour of getting back to the showroom. To be honest, I don't think I've had an easier crossing across to Cowes. It's so comfortable. I mean, doing almost 50 knots, you don't really feel like you're moving anywhere. It's fantastic. So let's jump on and let's get back to Southampton. Come with us. Right, I'm just going to do a little turn here and we'll head back down Southampton water. So for anybody that wants to come and see this boat, the next chance is obviously BoatLife.
It is indeed.
Which is flying around the corner, like we are, in February.
Yeah,
so
we'll be there with a range of the Saxdors 270.
Brilliant.
The baby sibling, GTC or the GTO. And probably a selection of the 200s.
Fantastic. And you guys have been coming to BoatLife since the beginning.
We have, yeah.
How do you find the show?
It's a great show.
Yeah.
Gives people the motivation to get ready for the summer.
Yeah.
Again, indoors as well helps at that time of year. But once you're inside the building and you've got all the array of boats, you just forget what's going on outside and gets the brain going ready for the season.
Absolutely, it's a way to get excited, isn't it?
Definitely.
I think seeing all those boats in the same place at the same time, like you said, the weather's going to be good.
Yep.
We're really excited to have you guys on board, and it's been fantastic to have you for the last few years. So anybody that's interested in coming and seeing the team from Ideal Boats, then you need to come to BoatLife in February. Grab yourself the tickets now. Come and say hello to Tom, Nev and the team. And just come and see these boats. Like I said, I've not spent much time on a Saxdor, and I'm so impressed. I think all the little details, the way she handles is phenomenal. The way these twin Mercuries go, it is awesome. I mean, we've only got another couple of 100 yards, so I need to just open them up a little bit more. So yeah, if you're in the market and you want to come and see one of these boats, the best place to do it is at BoatLife in February 2024. And we're going to head back in. Thanks so much for having us.
Pleasure.
And we'll see you guys soon. Right, so we've just come alongside here at Southampton Dry Stack. Tom's just controlling the boat at the moment. In fact, we're on Skyhook on the Mercury joystick control. One of my favourite things about these Saxdor boats are these side terraces that drop down to give you extra space when you're out on the water, entertaining, going for a swim, and just gives you a little bit more space. This is probably 1 metre at the front, maybe 80 centimetres at the back, comes out on both sides and just gives you so much extra space on the side of this Saxdor. It's been a fantastic time on the water. We're going to get it back alongside, and we'll talk you through a few more things later on. But thanks so much to the guys from Ideal Boats, and obviously Tom for taking us out today. Like and subscribe for any of our other videos, and we will see you guys at BoatLife 2024 alongside the team from Ideal Boats. See you soon.